Hi guys, welcome to Take It to the Max. Today we're going to be doing a settings video. As everyone keeps asking where I'm getting my sticky aim from. Sticky aim apparently. So I'm going to give you the settings to get the best sticky aim. And basically be hitting those shots a lot better and get that incredible movement as much as possible. So first, we're going to go to the controller settings and we're going to go to stick sensitivity. So for your stick sensitivity, this is down to preference, and I play on a 1.5, but you might find it nicer on a 1.6, you might find it better on a 1.4. This is all down to preference, whatever feels better for you. But generally, basically, you want to be hitting targets. So if you can't go from one target to the next with ease and hit those shots consecutively, then your stick sensitivity is probably too low or too high. So it's best to go in the firing range and start taking some shots at people, bots, and sort of hitting first, second, third as quickly as you can to get an idea of basically where your sensitivity is at and if it needs adjusting in any way, shape or form. We have controller vibration off. That is a no-go. You do not want your controller vibrating in your hands because it can move and shift your aim. So I think that's quite an obvious one. Dead zone inputs are very, very important. So most people have maybe a very, very slight bit of stick drift, and that's okay. If you have a lot of stick drift, then you may need to upgrade your controller, or maybe get something with TMR sticks that doesn't have a lot of, doesn't have any stick drift, or that you can actually collaborate back to having no stick drift. But you don't really want to be having anything with stick drift more than kind of like a 3 or 4. Anything above that, I would probably say you would need a new controller, to be honest. So on our stick drift, we have a little tiny bit on the left stick, so we're playing at a 2. And then the left stick max, we're playing at a 65 because you want to be able to move that left stick as quickly as possible to go and put your aim on somebody. Your right stick minimum should always be at 0. Even if you have major stick drift, put that on 0 because that will give you the quickest aim possible. Don't put that to anything else other than 0. Always 0, guys. Stick max on the right is usually always at 100, to be honest. That doesn't really change. And your L2 and R2 button dead zones you want completely at 0, always at 0, because that it means that there is no movement to when you are pressing your L2 and R2 buttons, so that you can press them and get the quickest response possible. Otherwise you have a bit of a delay from the button to the bottom to when you're actually pressing your trigger, and that will mean that your shots are a lot slower. So you want those completely on 0. Go into aiming. We don't touch our sensitivity multiplier, we completely leave that as we customize that later. Go into aim and advanced settings, you want that on instant, you want that third person on assist, and you want your curve type response on dynamic. Please do not play on anything else apart from maybe standard. If you are really, really struggling with your aim and you really need some extra assistance and your aim is just over the place, play standard. But most of the time, to be honest, dynamic is the way to go. But yeah, if you're really struggling, you're a beginner, or your aim is all over the place, you're not kind of hitting your shots, go to standard. Standard has the best aim assist on there possible, and that will really help you to just get used to your shots and learn how to maneuver those aim patterns. When you go into dynamic, you want your curve slope to be 0.67, as this seems to be a good one to have. The custom zoom sensitivity, we do adjust these, and we have a 1.15 on the highest zoom. This just means that basically if you've got a sight on there, or at 2.3 or 4.5, that sight is then going to go all the way to your custom sensitivity zoom, which means that if you're sniping or something, you can see people a lot better, and you don't have to fuck around with your sights too much, and it will just kind of do it for you. So high zoom we have on 1.15, 8 to 9 we have on 1.10, 6 to 7 1.10, 4 to 5 on 0.9, 2 to 3 on 0.8, and low zoom on 0.8. We don't touch any motion sensor stuff, so just leave those. We always play on tactical sprint assist. This is actually off when you go to normal settings, so turn that on, and you want tactical sprint assist always on. That is the best one to play on, and you want to make sure that your sprint assist delay is down to 0, and that your sideways, backwards, and all sprint assists are turned on. That will give you the quickest movement possible. Put your mantle assist off, crouch assist off, corner slice, I have mine off, but you can have yours on if you want. That just means that you're kind of, when you creep around the corners with your gun, that your gun will turn to a slight angle. Wall jump assist off, I don't think anyone needs that. And slide dive behaviour, hybrid is the best way to go. I had to get used to playing on hybrid back in I think just before Black Ops 6, and hybrid has been the best change I've ever made with movement. It is a lot more fluid, a lot easier to control, so if you're not using hybrid, then please switch over and use hybrid. It is the best one to go with. All these we just kind of leave. Parachute automatic behaviour, you want that off. Wingsuit activation, automatic. Wall jump activation, press. And combat roll, we have ours to partial, just so that if you're going to die, that it will help you with a little roll. We have the tap to roll, so it's easier to control. And then on advanced settings, put your sprint and tactical sprint behaviour to toggle, auto move forward to off, auto door peek to off. You don't really want to be auto door peeking. You want single tap sprint and plunge in the water, I have mine to free, and sprint and door bash, we have that to on. Our vehicle behaviours, we have driver control, aim base control, vehicle camera center off, and camera initial position free look. And this just means that we have the best control over our vehicle. We can see everything that's going on, and we can do fluid movement while we're in the vehicle without any clunkiness. We have aim down sight behaviour as hold, tactical stance behaviour on toggle, tactical stance activation, ABS plus down button. I think these are all mostly the same, to be honest, on the default settings. Weapon mount activation is ADS plus melee. Dedicated melee weapon, this is new, and this has just come out with a extra setting so that you can actually press melee instead of holding melee, which, to be honest, in things like multiplayer and running about in Warzone can be so much easier. Just bear in mind that apparently it can be a little bit buggy, so the knife doesn't always come out when you press the button, but I personally have had no trouble with this at all, and it has worked absolutely fine for me. We prioritise finishing move just because we've gotten used to double tapping before picking up body shields now. Armour plate, I apply one. A lot of people apply all which means that when you apply a plate, you will have all 3 plates on with only just putting one. But I find that applying one is better for me, because I find that I waste plates way too much if I'm applying all 3, and yeah, it just kind of seems to mess me up a bit, and I just don't get on with it. I don't know why, but that is each to your own. You can have apply one, or you can have apply all. That is completely up to you. C4 detonation, we have 1 by 1, so you can get the most out of it. Equipment behaviour hold, manual fire behaviour press. Combat settings advanced, we've got weapon mount exit on short delay, because then you are not quickly getting exited out of that mount. We have prioritise interact, as that is probably the best one, especially for Warzone, because if you're picking up stuff you can just click really fast to do it. But you may need to watch this in zombies, as you will tap to interact with things, but you will also end up picking up equipment that you don't want if you're tapping randomly, and if you kind of forget to hold to reload instead of tap, then you end up picking up stuff instead of reloading your gun. It can be a little bit finicky, so if you play more zombies than anything else, I would probably have this to tap to reload, or prioritize it reload, something like that. But if you play a lot of Warzone and you play a lot of multiplayer or stuff like that, then or you're very rounded like me, then I would probably do prioritize interact and just try and get used to that hold reload on zombies. We have mantle cancels reload on, sprint cancels reload off, akimbo independent, ADS stick swap off, depleted ammo weapon switch on, weapon mount movement on, weapon mount return off, and then on the overlay settings we have directional buttons, moderate on the ping wheel, double tap danger ping on moderate as well, and the emotes and wheel position on default. Okay, and then we go to graphics settings. Oh, sorry. On our graphics settings, we have our 120Hz refresh rate on at all times, as that will give you the quickest response. Gamma brightness, if you're on TV, I would probably put that on a 60. And eco mode preset, you want that on efficiency, potentially. On the quality, do not put on world motion blur, do not put on weapon motion blur, take those off. If you have weapon blur and motion blur, look at the preset, look at how it looks on your right hand side on the squares to give you an idea. It's awful, do not put that on. Depth of field is off. Fidelity cast we have on, and we have it to max strength. A few people have been twiddling around with this, but if you're on PlayStation and you're not on PC, then to be fair, the only option you've got is fidelity cast, and you want that on. On demand texture streaming, you want that minimal. If you have it on optimized, it tends to make your game laggy, so if you're having trouble with lag and you do have that on optimized, that is probably why you're getting a lot of lag, so turn that down to minimal. Your view, we have, I don't know why that's on 120, we actually have our view on 110 now. We've recently changed just because we find that 110 is a little bit closer, we get to see enemies a little bit more fluid, a little bit closer to us, and if you struggle with your eyesight a little bit, then you might want to play on a little bit of a lower setting, so maybe on a 105 at the lowest, I would say. If you have a really good eyesight and you're really close to your monitor at all times, then you want to play on a 120. So it kind of depends. If you're, you know, quite far away from the TV as well, you definitely want to put that on a 105. So it all depends on your equipment setup and your TV setup and what you're playing on, to be honest. But we play on a 110. ADS field of view you want affected, weapon field of view you want wide, and third person field of view we don't mess with that, we just leave that on 90. Vehicle field of view is wide. First person camera at least 50, third person camera at least 50, third person ADS transition, third person ADS, and inverted flashbang you want that off. You want the bright light on, not the dark light, just because the bright light will tend to give you a bit of vision, at least a bit quicker, so you get the vision coming into the bright light a lot quicker than you do the vision coming into the black light. So put that on off and hopefully you'll be able to see people a lot quicker. Parachute camera perspective, you 100% put that on first person. Going to audio settings, we have our master gain volume on 100, effects volume, have that on 100, you need that on 100. That is your shooting, your footsteps, anyone that you can hear in the environment. It needs to be on 100. If you want to hear people, you want to hear what's going on around your environment, you need that on 100. If you have it any lower, your effects volume is going to be down and you are not going to be hearing those footsteps. Dialogue volume, I have this on 40 just so that I can hear if there are UAVs coming in or streaks coming in, so it can tell you, you know, that there is a napalm coming in or whatever, and you can just get those cues. Gameplay music volume, most people have this on 0, just because I don't want to hear any music, but I actually really enjoy a little bit of gameplay music when I'm in the lobby area, and streamers will kill me for saying this, but I do. I love a bit of music in the background on the lobby, so if you like that, then just leave that on really low. Enhanced headphone mode we have on. Audio, we've messed around with this a little bit, so Sucker Punch we just switched to recently from home theatre, and it seems to be doing okay, to be honest, and Sucker Punch has amazing ratings. Seems to be one of the best out of all of them, so to be fair, out of everything I would probably go, to be on the safe side, go to Sucker Punch. Also Tray Up Mix can be quite good, but if you don't know much about your sound and your settings, then probably Sucker Punch is the way to go. Make sure mono audio is turned off. You do not want the same audio going off mono at all. Mute licensed audio, we have that on just because of streaming purposes. Asymmetric hearing compensation we have on, and configure intensity settings, we have these as set preference. These are our set preference. We're not going to go through them just because it will make a very loud buzzing noise, but if you don't have any personalized settings for your headphones, then these ones we have just switched to. We also have another settings that you can try in case you do not get on with these settings. So we are just about to try these new settings as being the ones to go with, but if you don't like those, we do have a second set. So these are the settings that we are trying as of now, and then the second settings that you could try if we don't get on with these is 250 at 50, 500 at 0, 1k at -35, 2k at -35, 4k at 20, 6k at 50, and 8k at 10, and 10k at 10. As you can see, the settings, both the settings are very, very different. So if you want to try two very, very different settings, then give them a go, see what you think, and just go with whatever you think works better for you. We have reduced tinnitus sound on and hit marker present, preset on default. Voice chat settings, they are down to your preference. I like to hear people in the lobby because then it comes up on my stream at a nice volume. We have all our proxy chat on. body shield chat on, all that sort of stuff. Our microphone levels we have on 60, but if you've got a decent microphone and it's working really well, you could turn that down to about 40, to be fair. Open mic threshold, we have ours on 80. This is really good, and this is for noise suppression. So if you have loads of background noise going on, you got the washing machine going and you got kids crying and dogs barking, this is a really good one to have on a higher setting to kind of drown out that background noise that is going on, so that you other people in the lobby don't hear it as much, and because this will basically stop it getting picked up by the microphone. So you can turn that up to 80 or whatever kind of preference, whatever is helping to not put those sounds out for you guys. Next one are interface settings. We have, most of that is self-explanatory, but we do have some larger text chat just to make things a bit easier. But the most important settings is the color customization, and you want it on filter 2, and then you want the color filter target on both, the world color intensity on 75, or you could put it on 100. It totally depends on you, but I have mine on 75 and it seems to be fine. Interface color intensity we do have on 100, so completely up to you how you actually want that. I don't see the kind of difference with world color intensity at the moment, so yeah, just leave that on 75. And obviously you can customize your colors for whatever you like. So I find that some people, this is really good because I think on the original preset your team and party colors do kind of blend in a little bit too much. So if you you need to adjust those to a color so you can see who is actually a member of your party and not just a member of your team, so you can follow your party member. Then these are great for putting in a really good color to help you tell those apart. On the gameplay HUD, we have tactical strength stamina bar near health, and we have an infinite ping duration so that our pings do not disappear when we put them out unless we purposely take them off. The kill feed duration we have on extended, just so that we can see that kill feed for a little bit longer in case people are cheating, so it gives us a really good look at that kill feed. And then crosshairs, you want crosshair lines you want on, crosshair dot you want on, and I have that on larger. I don't have it on largest. I did have it on default, but we turn it up a little bit to larger. I wouldn't say you need it on largest. I think that's a bit overkill, and largest can sometimes cover the head of the enemies and make it really hard to stay on target. So I think probably largest is a bit too much, but you could have it on larger or default if that is good for you. We have the crosshair opacity on 100, and to be fair, you want your crosshair colour on white. If any other colour, it's got to be something that is going to stand out a lot and not be used in any of the games. So pink is also an amazing colour to have as your crosshair. Just something really out there that you can see that's not going to just blend into another colour that's on the map, basically. Motion sickness reduction we have off, and horizontal line present off, and we don't mess around with any of the motion sickness stuff. And updates alerts, we have everything all to the right hand side to give you a bit more space. And that is pretty much it, guys. So those are all the settings that I have to make the game better, get your movement fluid, get your aim on target, and that is all. That is everything that you need to possibly improve your gameplay. So I hope you enjoyed the settings. please get those changed if you haven't, and if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our gameplays live on Twitch/take it to the max 18. Thank you for watching, we'll catch you on the flip side.